Yeah, I think for us, when we go back and look at it, I think the difference in the game was that stretch there in the second quarter. And we watched that kind of all the way through. And then other than that, we kind of just watched clips. And I think for us, like, the discussion in the locker room was like how small the margin of error is for us. I mean, like, obviously we had a chance to win in Minnesota. We had a chance to win versus Vegas, the teams that are 1 and 2 in our league. And, you know, we do things that kind of shoot ourselves in the foot, but we're right there and we have an opportunity. So, you know, you take confidence from that, but if we want to be one of the best teams in this league, and I think we certainly have the talent to do that, we've done that in moments, you know, you have to clean up those little areas and you can't continue to do that. And then the last play, like, I think you get just so in the moment, and, like, obviously, like, you know, their cross match, I think I kind of probably danced with the ball a little bit, and, you know, you can go back and think, like, oh, we could have called timeout in this situation, we could have not, we could have played it out, and, you know, Steph probably thought I could have made a play, and then she ended up getting a good deflection on it, and, you know, that's why she's been Defensive Player of the Year before. But also at the same time, I thought I probably could have played with a little bit more pace in that situation. I was a little indecisive there myself. So, but I think for us, just the discussion is, like, don't hang your head, don't sulk. You know, we were right there with one of the best teams in the league, and, you know, we were up 20 points at one point in the game. Like, that hurts, and it should hurt, but at the same time, you got to turn the page, and you got to come out here and be ready to perform today.
Caitlin, kind of going off that 5-game win streak, obviously 2 losses.
Yeah.
Games against good teams. What do you see in the trends for your team that you like?
Yeah. Well, I thought our defense was really good versus Vegas, and I think that's a positive that we could take away from that game. I think that was probably one of the best defensive games we've played all year, and it kind of stinks because our offense didn't really show up. I think we had 9 points in the third quarter and just a little stagnant. You know, obviously the turnovers really cost us. I think they took 16 more shots than we did. The offensive rebounding cost us. So it's just like the little things. And I think, like I said, that's what we talked about in the locker room is, like, if we want to win a championship, those are the little things that you have to do every single day. You have to do them consistently. And, you know, you have to make winning plays on the stretch versus really good teams. And we've done that before. We didn't do it the other night. We didn't do it versus Minnesota. But I know we're certainly capable of that. And, you know, I think for myself, you just go back and learn. And you certainly hope the lessons that you learn right now certainly pay off in the playoffs. So that's what you kind of get confidence from. And, you know, that kind of just pushes you forward.
Keelan, I heard Natalie Nakase talk about this for her players. I asked Steph about it last game, but you're going to Berlin now. She talked about managing her players who are going a little differently, just minutes-wise, injury-wise, because there's no gap for them. You've been talking about listening to your body all season.
I don't have any plans on that.
For you?
Well, me and Steph haven't had those conversations, and I haven't really had those conversations with the medical staff. And to be honest, like, coming back from when I missed some time, like, I feel really good. I felt great over the course of the last few games, and obviously my minutes have been really high, 38 last game. But you know, I feel like I'm very, like, honest and have great feel with my body, and, like, I'm never going to lie to the medical staff about how I feel and even lie to myself about how I feel. So if there comes a point where that needs to happen, I'll definitely be very honest about that. But right now I feel really good, and, you know, August is a really big month for us. We play a lot of really, really talented teams, and, you know, we have to be able to show up every single night. So I don't really have plans on taking, like, a minutes restriction or anything like that. And for me, like, I'm just excited. Like, I get to play a lot of basketball here in the next 2 months. So just a great opportunity.
And totally different. You guys have Gary Kloppenberg with you now. Steph talked about learning from him for, like, original mentors.
Yeah.
What have you liked about having him around? What have you learned from him?
He's definitely, like, a little more quiet when, like, we're in, like, a whole full team setting. But, like, when you get him one-on-one, like, he's obviously very knowledgeable about the game and, like, just super positive and super uplifting. And obviously with, you know, Coach Karima already gone and maybe Coach AK leaving here soon, like, it's just amazing to have somebody else in the locker room that's been through this before, knows what it takes, and is also just another voice for Steph to bounce ideas off of, and, you know, whatever it is from game to game and different game plans. Like, obviously with how fast turnarounds are, you need people to help you with scouts and things like that. But it's been fun to get to know him, and he's helped us a lot over the course of the last few weeks, and he will going forward too.
Caitlin, I know Michael Jordan in the Bulls dynasty was ahead of your time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
An appreciation for, like, the history of the game, and after missing the regular season games here last year, you got the All-Star experience recently. But yeah, what's it like? How do you think playing here?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Obviously, this is the biggest NBA arena. I expect a great crowd, and even when we've come here and played in Chicago my rookie year, I don't think I was available in either of the games last year. So it's always been really fun to play here. Just like a great basketball city, basketball community here, and obviously there's been some historic things done in this arena, so I'm excited to suit it up here, and I know the next one we play is at Wintrust, so take advantage of this opportunity, certainly.
Is there any part of MJ's game that you've, like, watched video of over the years or admire especially?
Well, I think what I admire most about him is his competitive drive. and like his mentality more than anything. It was like no one was going to get in his way, no one was going to stop him. He was going to be the best, and he was going to show it by how hard he worked every single day and the way he was just going to outwork every single person around him. So I think if I could take one piece of his game, it would certainly just be his mentality and his approach to basketball.
We'll play the cream to wrap up.
Yeah.
And just to go back to the game against Las Vegas, I know you talked a lot about your disappointment with those missed free throws.
Mhm.
Steph kind of came in after, and she talked about the grand scheme of the game and that 15-0 run.
Mhm.
Just as a player, how do you balance, your personal disappointment
Yeah.
in those specific situations
Mhm.
versus the grand scheme of the game?
Yeah, I mean, like, you never want to sit and sulk and, you can't tear yourself down too much, but I think at the same time, like, you have to be real with yourself and look yourself in the mirror, and I feel like I do a really good job of that, and at the same time, like, I've been in that situation so many times, and I have made those free throws. So I think it's just like, free throws are mental. Like, it's a mental battle when you step to the line. It's like you've made them. It's literally muscle memory. So I think for myself is just like you go back, you reflect, you find ways to get better, but at the same time, like, I kind of just told myself, like, you have 42 hours basically till you play another game. Like, get excited about that opportunity and come out here and try to dominate today and lead your team to a win. I think that's kind of how I always approach it. I think it's kind of been a mentality change for myself from when I was in college. Like, I would really, really sulk on bad losses or bad performances. And I think once you become a professional, it's like, all right, well, turn the page. Like, it is what it is. And people are going to talk about whether you were great for 2 days. And then after today, they're going to talk about whether I was good or bad again. Like, that's just reality of the world we live in. So turn the page and get ready to compete today.
New colorway today.
Yeah.
A little bit of insight on this one and what you like about it.
Yeah, I mean, I know hot pink is really popular with like middle schoolers, so I'm expecting these to be super popular. They're called Hot Punch, but I'm excited. These are ones I was really excited about, some of the more bright colorways I probably have. So I was excited to break them out and just trying to top the last one, It's like, it's hard to do, but we got more. I've seen a good amount now in person, so I'm really excited to continue to wear them over the course of the next few months, and even into the playoffs, we have some fun stuff. So I have a feeling these ones will be some of the most popular with just probably middle schoolers, high school girls. I know the pink colorway is very popular, so excited to get them in everybody's hands.
Cool. Thanks,